I'm standing in front of the San Jose Mission in San Antonio, and today we're going to talk about the mission system, Spain's efforts to Catholicize and Hispanicize the indigenous peoples of the borderlands. Now, this is probably the most conspicuous difference between Spain's colonization efforts and those of the two Protestant European countries in the Americas, England and France. And in an earlier lecture, the one on the Black Legend, we talked about the Spanish government's treatment of the Indians. And you need to see the mission system in this context as well. It's a very controversial policy, and it's controversial even today. In 2014, Pope Francis, when he came to the United States, canonized, that means he made a saint, an 18th century Spanish priest who was attempting to convert the Indians in California. And this was a very controversial decision. The Catholic community, of course, celebrated this decision, but Native American groups felt very differently. They saw it as an example of cultural imperialism, as an attempt to eradicate the Native American way of life. And there's absolutely no question that that was what Franciscans were trying to do. The problem, of course, is when we attempt to evaluate the Franciscans, do we do so by the standards of our own time? Do we see them as see this as an example of cultural imperialism, as an attempt to erase a pre-existing culture? Or do we look at it from the Franciscans' point of view? Because the Franciscans clearly thought that in converting and in Hispanicizing Native Americans, they were working in the best interests of these indigenous peoples. So there's no easy answer to this question, but it's worth thinking about when you look at the PowerPoint today.